You already know what time it is. It's your boy DJ RichieSkye back with some tea, interviews, recaps, and more. And be sure to check the links in the description of this video for trips, for books, one-on-one sessions, and more. Now let's get into the tea. Y'all, I am struggling to really understand this whole situation that's going down on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This drama that stemmed from the episode before the season finale and then the episode of the season finale. I am just befuddled. I really don't understand who the real villain is. Was it Phaedra? Did Angela do this to herself? We have so many questions that need answers. And listen, the clues just keep coming. I want to take things over to our friends, Mr. Housewives. Now, I saw this last night and I said, we have got to talk about what is going on here. And I want to just dive right on in. So listen, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. If you are like me, putting on your Sherlock homeboy or homegirl hat and trying to get down to the bottom of what is really happening with the Angela, Marcus, Phaedra, and now someone named Alex, let's get into all the tea. So Marcus says this, Angela, you don't know me from a can of paint. Why lie? You orchestrated the Phaedra lie and sent that goon to my restaurant to threaten and bully us into saying Charles was there with his daughters. So already off the rip, I have questions. Who is the goon? Why would Angela do this to Phaedra? And then how did the goon, or why would the goon threaten Marcus into saying that Charles was there with his daughters? Was that to make it seem as though Charles was indeed maybe with some ladies, but they were indeed related to him, so that it would not look like he was there with some other women? What was the reason? What is the reason for that? Okay, that's number one for me. All right. Then he goes on to say, so let's be honest. You blackmail me to lie on Phaedra. Say I'm lying and I will release the entire call. Hashtag Real Housewives of Atlanta. Hashtag the finale will be fun. For you guys' reference, that entire call is located on, I think it's Giorgio Says on YouTube. I will put the link for that in the description of this video so that you guys can listen to it for yourself. It is on YouTube, so it is, someone else's channel at this point. So I won't play the clips here. I did listen, and I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I don't know that it really clarifies anything for me, because I think I need this to be spelled out to me like I'm a fifth grader, to be honest with you, for me to truly understand. So then Marcus says, oh, and the blackmail part is, I'm assuming that there are some things in Marcus's past that maybe he is alleging that Angela was going to release about him, but I'm not for certain if that's what the blackmail was about. But I think that's what it was about. All right. Anyway, he goes on to say, in that finale clip, you were protecting me exactly like you said you would on the call. You invited me to the gala after Kelly's event, and you know why. He says, you don't protect a stranger unless you have something to gain from them. Now, when I thought she was, Drew was holding his hand, she was holding his hand at one point, my mind as I'm watching the finale is, oh, maybe she is, really being protective over him because she really wants him to feel comfortable enough to out that it was allegedly Phaedra Parks who came to him to concoct this story. So it felt to me like maybe she's using honey. Okay. They always say you can get more bees with honey, while Charles was like, get the F out of here. Right. And Charles was maybe not clued in on the plan. I don't know. That's what I assumed that day. Well, watching it, I should say. So then there are some text messages that are allegedly from Drew inviting him or Alex. I'm assuming Alex is his friend that was with him during Kelly's event, or Alex either works with him at the restaurante or works for him at the restaurante. Just know that there's a person named Alex in the mix, okay? So this message allegedly from Drew is an invitation to the Oakley Foundation Black Tie Gala that was filmed for the finale. Now it says here, Angela would like me to invite you to this tonight. This is allegedly from Drew. Hope you can make it out. Then he allegedly responds, I'll be there as long as you and Angela have my back, and let me have a beverage before y'all read me. Now, let me say this. I think I've said it before, but I think it bears repeating. I'm not for certain why one would agree to do any of this, because I just feel like I have to ask, is the juice worth the squeeze? What do I mean by that? Is this moment worth it in the long run for whatever it is that you have planned for your future? So the thing that I want to say about this is, you know, people that are brought into the mix on these shows, I don't know what it is that would make someone feel like they would want to be involved in this. I'm not necessarily sure, but the problem with it is it's a short-term plan, because the long haul is, I mean, will you be remembered for this? And is this what you want to be remembered for? And then what are you planning to do after this? Right? I mean, what's the end goal here? What's the thing that you're wanting? Because we'll see Angela again next season. I mean, it's pretty much a shoo-in at this point, but will we remember all of this that you have going on in this? And that's why I say I don't know if the juice is really worth the squeeze. And we've seen this happen with tons of people on reality TV shows. And so then the other message is, me and you heavy on the beverage from Drew, allegedly. We got your back. And then it says on Friday, hey, what's your ETA? And then he says, allegedly, Uber just got here, says I'm 17 minutes away. I'm a bit nervous. And then she allegedly says, meet you at the bar, stay right outside the gala room. What drink would you like? He then says, Tito's and cranberry. I'm 4 minutes away. Ugh, I hate cranberry. Anyway, she says, okay, got you. He then says, I'm here. She then says, hold tight right outside the doors of the event. So then, you know, there's a tweet from, or a post from Angela that says, Marcus, see you in court, my love. If you want to know more about what is going on with that situation, you can check out Mr. Housewives, and all the tea is there. Okay. The next thing that I want to show you is these are some posts from Alex. So again, we're reiterating the point that Phaedra's accused of setting up Charles Oakley. Now Marcus is saying that Charles was cheating and Angela blackmailed him with his past to change his story and blame Phaedra instead. Now, Alex, who apparently is allegedly Marcus's friend, says he attended the event with him where Angela was told about Charles's alleged cheating. He says, me being visibly gagged when Marcus, who he tags, dropped the tea that we agreed not to share. This is the moment that was being toasted to in the episode before the finale at Kelly's event, where he tosses up the drinks and says that Angela's husband was cheating, allegedly. So then Alex says this: peep the dates. Last year, after we had filmed the sit down with Angela, me and Marcus text convo, he admits here Phaedra didn't send us. So the text thread is allegedly Marcus's text thread to Alex, but not Alex's text messages to Marcus, which I would have assumed that it would be, but whatever. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. And it says, Marcus, why did you switch up? You know her husband was in the restaurant. And Marcus allegedly says she definitely wanted it to be Phaedra, so I didn't know what else to say. Then he says, well, after that meeting, I'm convinced Angela knows about Charles. He already has a terrible image from being banned at MS Gardens and the MGM. She knows what she's dealing with and wants to pin this on Phaedra, and that's not right. I am still clueless, to be honest with y'all. Like, I don't know why pin this on Phaedra? Why allow someone to get in the mix of filming and bring some tea about a cast member onto the show? I'm so clueless. I am clueless right now. It beats me. I don't know who the real villain is, y'all. I don't know that we'll ever really have a clear understanding. Again, you can go check out all the sources for all of the information, you know, and figure it out for yourself, because I can't. All right. Sherlock Homeboy might just have to log out of this one. I am sure we'll hear more about this. And if we do, obviously we'll talk about it. But for now, I'm just still like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. The other thing that is kind of confusing that's happening right now, I mean, and it is kind of also related to Drew, and Drew finds herself in these odd messes, is the Ming and Tai situation. And of course, Kandi did an Amazon Live. So you can check out Kandi's Amazon storefront for all of her items. And she does typically go live, I guess maybe every week or every other week, to, preview items. What I didn't know is, guys, you guys can do this too. I think if you have an Amazon storefront, I think you can, or if you are a part of the Amazon influencer program, I think you can also go live on your own Amazon influencer account. So, but I think that this is probably more so in partnership with Amazon. Whatever. That's not the important thing. Okay. The important thing is Ming was on the show. All right. The Amazon Live. And it was brought up about Tai and Drew and Ming and the sort of Basketball Wives, Real Housewives of Atlanta crossover. And Ming basically asserts that the text messages are real that Ralph had posted about Drew and Tai. And for her, she feels like she says that she didn't want to out Drew during Pride Month. But she said that Ralph clearly didn't have a problem doing it.
Because Tai and Drew didn't stop communicating. Well, I mean, I guess it's really no secret now, because then after that, Ralph started posting text messages.
Ming also says in this that the reason why she and Tai broke up was because she and Drew could not stop texting.
She had a little Basketball Wives.
I ain't said nothing. She had so much to say in all her interviews about me. I've said nothing but the truth.
Which is?
We broke up because y'all couldn't stop communicating.
Now, with regards to everything else, Tai then hops into the chat and says text messages from 2023 that he been had. It's 2025. Wrap all this ish up. Everybody doing them and everybody want views. I mean, is she coming for Ming and Kandi at this point? I mean, listen, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of what's going on, y'all. What is going on? The other thing that I thought was super interesting was Kandi's response to being brought up in the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion, wherein Porsha says that Kandi kissed both she and Shamia, to which Shamia looks quite surprised.
What do you think about the season 16 reunion? That my name was brought up in the season 16 reunion, and especially what Porsha said, what happened in the club. Honestly, the way I feel about it is, why is my name keep getting brought up? I'm not there.
How I get in it?
I'm not on this season. And the other thought I have, and this is my last thing I have to say. Jamie said, "Don't say nothing else about it." But my thing is like when it first came up years ago, when I was like, why are people trying to act like I'm undercover? Which I've always been very open about who I am and whatever. But years ago, when the whole drama came, when it first started, when we was on the Who Said That? And then we inevitably had the conversation, and I kind of put her on Front Street, like when you was in the club and you whatever. Y'all remember she act like she remember nothing that happened that night. Now all of a sudden other stuff being made up about that night. She didn't
made up. So Kandi and Shamia did not kiss.
Remember them text messages?
Yeah, like you went from blaming on the Henny to now you added stuff to the night. Like, which is it? Do you not remember what happened? Or now you want to act like you remember something?
Correction. I ordered Patron.
Anyway, there you go. Okay, Jamie, we're not even gonna go. We're not even going there. That was my last comment. First and last. I'm not going because I'm not on the show.
The plot thickens, man. This is such an interesting ending to the season that I did not expect. I am curious to see how all of these things pan out. We've not really heard Shamia speak out about that moment in the reunion, so maybe we'll see her say something on her YouTube channel about it to clarify. Did she kiss Kandi too? Was it everybody kiss? I don't know. Get that laffy taffy, that kiss. Y'all let me know in the chatterization down below. That's all we got for now. Make sure you guys keep it locked onto the channel, y'all. We got some mysteries to solve, and I don't know if we ever gonna solve them, but we gonna still try. If you are trying to get your Sherlock homeboy on like me, make sure you guys keep it locked to the channel, subscribe to the channel, also hit that notification bell button and like this video, and I will catch you, of course, in the next one.